All right, once you go back into your budget and cash flow worksheet and you enter in all of your deposits, where do we go from here? So as far as working through this, you don't have to do anything right now for withdrawals and fees. So back in your vendor selections underneath your bank, here's one scenario where you might need to use that column. I chose option number 2, where there's no minimum balance in my checking account, but I do have overdraft protection. There is a $3.95 service fee. And again, I'm not really sure right now if when that's going to post to my account, but I suspect it's probably going to happen first of the month. Again, I'm not sure with the information I have so far if that will show up in my banking account activity. Well, once that does, that's something we'd put here in the pink column. And once we get the first one, we probably will know when that's going to occur. So then we can plot that out throughout the rest of the game in our cash flow worksheet. But at this point, let's just hold off on that. We'll address that when we get to that. Now, if you did not select option 2, you don't have to worry about that. If you did option 3, you simply have to watch about this number here. Your balance has to stay above 250. So again, I recommended either 2 or 3 in my previous videos because of the reasons of having the overdraft protection and also, keeping your balance is that where you can take it as low as possible. So there's nothing really you have to do for this right now. But again, like I said, we're going to anticipate that it's going to come through here shortly, and we would get that. And again, I suspect it's probably going to be the service on the first of the month, and we'll know here soon with that. But there's nothing for the planning that we have to do on that currently. So let's talk about your rent. So the rent can be a little tricky with this because we're moving in midway through the month. So I believe the rent bill is probably going to be the first one you get, and it will be out. I think it's issued on the 15th of the month. Looking through my notes here, yes. And then, so we know we're going to get a rent, and we know we're going to have so many days to pay that. So where do you find that information? So back in your vendor selections, you want to go back to your rent tab. It will tell you here what your first month rent amount is. Because remember, we talked about this before, where you have your normal rent payment, but the first month's going to be different because you're going to have to pay your portion of the security deposit, and you're moving in mid-month, so it's not going to be a normal month. Typically, it's going to come out the first of every month. So in this case, my first month rent is $824.19. It's going to come out the 15th because it tells us this somewhere along the way for my apartment, and it's again the amounts this. So I need to plot this on my cash flow worksheet. So I'm going to go back, and I don't want to plot when the bill comes out. I want to plot when the bill's due, so I know when I have to pay this by. So if it comes out on the 15th, and if I have 7 days to pay that, that would push me up here to the 22nd. So I'm going to go back in, and I'm going to verify my amount here. It's $824.19. I'm going to type in 824.19. Again, that should be back here in column D. So I will have to pay this before my first paycheck. That's why we have a little bit of money to work with that. And again, it still gives me a balance of $435.27. But now what I want to do is I want to continue down through the rest of the game. So like, for example, my November rent, we're going to get it on the 1st. It's going to be due probably then on November 8th of the month for the rent. I'm just confirming on, yep, the rent bill, so it should be November 8th. And so what I want to do is I want to come back over here and plot this out. Now, what's my normal rent payment going to be? Well, again, I chose the split 3-bedroom. My amount's $500. Again, if you chose a different option, this is going to be different. The dates will be the same, but again, the amount will be different. Like I said, when we went through the vendor selections, it didn't really matter. Just understand the ramifications or the consequences of choosing one over the other. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plot out, all right, on November 8th down here, I'm going to plug in $500. And then we'll do the same thing for the month of December. Again, bills in the beginning of the month will be easy. There's no calculating or anticipating end of the month and do that. So that will take care of your rent. And that should get us going. Most most of the expenses are going to be laid out the same way, where you're going to have a due date. The only difference is on the rent, you're moving in midway. The next month or the next bill that you're going to get probably will be your insurance bill, and that will come out from Safe Place, and that will be on the 16th, I believe, is when we get that. So how do I know that? When I went through my vendor selections, I'm going to go over here to my renter's insurance. Okay, so October 16th is the first bill. I got 9 days to pay that. So now what I want to do is I don't want to post this $250 premium. Again, that's going to be my choice that I made, that $250, whatever your option is, it's going to be there, but the dates will be the same. So I don't want to post it on the 16th. I want to put it on the day that it's due. Again, I'm disregarding this grace day period. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to go back here. And again, when I count 9 days from October 16th, that pushes me up to October 25th. So now what I can do is go down here, find my renter's insurance column. This is column E. I'm going to go down here at October 25th. Okay, select that cell. Go back to my vendor selection. Oh, my amount's $250. And I only pay this once in the game. So now I'm going to plug in $250 on the 25th. This is when it's due. And again, I'm checking over here to make sure I still have enough money on this. So this is where we're at with this. We want to continue to plug in everything because it's a once and done. We don't have to worry about it again. So again, looking through and anticipating some things, I think the next one we're going to get will be the cell phone bill. So again, I'm going to come over here to minutes for less, and we might as well plot this out for the entire game. So I'm going to go back to my vendor selections here. I'm going to come up to my cell phone, going back for minutes for less. And I picked option number 1, where I get a monthly fee of $75 for my plan, but I pay $50 for the first month because it tells me up here. If you chose option number 2, you simply pay the $65 and you don't have to worry about that. So it's going to come out on the 19th of October. I got 9 days to pay this. Again, I don't want to plot this on the 19th. I want to plot it, okay, on the date that it's going to be due. So I'm going to switch back over to my cash flow worksheet here. And I want to find my minutes for less. I want to come down here to the date that's going to be due. Again, when I'm looking at that, it comes out on the 19th. And I have 9 days. So that pushes me up to October 28th. So I'm going to come up here to October 28th. Again, I'm going to come over to my cell phone bill. And again, my normal bill is going to be $75, but the first month I have to pay $50 for the phone. So that's going to be a $125. So I'm plotting out the expected expenses on this. Now the same thing, I'm going to come down here. So if it was on the 28th of October, I should have the 28th of November. And then I'm going to plug in here is my expected income here. And then I'm going to look for the month of December. So it should be December 28th. Oh, the game ends on the 24th. I don't have to worry about it. So now I'm done with that. So again, we're going to pay the cell phone bill twice on this. And hopefully this is where we're at. So what I need you to do is to go back and go through all your vendor selections, do your auto loan, auto insurance, your cable, everything, and go back and plug everything in. I'm going to explain the credit card in another video because again, that can be a little tricky about what you want to do. So I want you to plug in all your loans, everything from rent through student loan, except for your credit card, and I'll discuss that in a second video for expenses. Check back with me if you have any questions.